to the bucket bounce, to the bucket bounce. Welcome to my page. My name is Dem and I'm so excited. This is my first YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below, and turn on your notifications. I am just a person on this earth who wants to create videos. I really want to connect with other people and kind of help other people as well. In any case, thank you for watching this video again. So today I'm going to be talking about how to develop and to maintain confidence within yourself. So I've really been thinking about it a little bit more, and what I want to do is every week upload at least one video and just talk about different topics. I do have a list of some topics that I believe I've kind of experienced or have had to think about. So if there are any topics that you want to discuss, again, just leave them down below in the comment section, and we will get to them. So you might notice that I will be looking down every so often just to look at the notes that I've written down. I really wanted to talk about confidence today because to me confidence is such an important thing that we all need in our lives. Different times of the day, different times in our lives, we just need it, right? Confidence can really help us to believe in ourselves more, to really strive to do more than maybe what we would normally do. And so I really wanted to just kind of open up the topic of talking about this just to see what everybody kind of has to share and all of that. So let's dig in a little bit more. So what I did was I started off by just looking up the definition, right? I'm pretty sure we've all heard the word at one time or another, but I really wanted to look at the definition. And so what I found is that confidence can be defined as a belief in oneself and one's ability to succeed. So interesting, right? It's like one part is a belief in oneself, a belief in your own self, and then the other part is your own ability to succeed. So the way that it is broken down and the way that I kind of thought about that definition is that there were two main words that I was thinking to focus on. So those two words, the first one is self and the second word is belief. Those words are very important. As you're going through life, right, who is the one going through it? It's you. Who is the person that's lived in your body for however many years you've lived on this earth? It's you. It's yourself. And the second word that I thought was really important to focus on is belief. We believe the things that we decide to believe. And there are times when we may be receiving a message, right? Like maybe a message from society, maybe a message from our families, and we take in that belief, and the belief goes into ourself. So if we go back to the main topic of confidence, right, your belief of a belief of one's self and one's ability to succeed. So the interesting thing is that in this definition, when it's written out, there's an apostrophe, right? One's self and one's ability to succeed. So an apostrophe is basically a possessive, it's to describe possession, right? So you belong to yourself is really what the definition is breaking down to say. You belong to yourself, one, and then two, your ability to succeed also belongs to you. So you possess yourself, one, and you also possess your own ability to succeed. How wild is that, right? And yet at the same time, I would imagine that there's so many times in our daily lives when we are told or take in or receive messages that we do not belong to ourselves and that we do not own our own ability to succeed. However, that is not the case. Something that is so important is to constantly fill our own minds, right? It's important to fill your mind with the reminders that one, you belong to yourself, and two, your ability to succeed belongs to you. And how do we do that? Well, we're going to dig into that a little bit more. All right, another thing that I wrote down is some main takeaway points. Um, in addition to that, another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on is that confidence is a belief. It is a state of mind, right? So if we're just really thinking in like layman's terms, or making it really simple, right? I live in America. How many states are in America? 50 states, right? So those are literally 50 different places to live, generally speaking, right? Of course, there are like cities and things like that within the states. So if we're thinking about the phrase a state of mind, a state of mind is literally a state of your choosing, where you want your mind to be, where you want your mind to rest. And I think that there are enough different states of mind that we can kind of choose and take up, right? A state of mind of depression, a state of mind of anxiety, a state of mind of joy, a state of mind of happiness, right? Just to name a few. And sometimes it can be pretty, I would imagine, easy. I'm just thinking, right? Like my own personal, how I've dealt with different things and experiences, is that there are sometimes when there may be an event, and what follows that event, the state of mind that I might go into might be a state of mind of frustration, right? Let's say let's say I'm driving to a graduation, right? I think it's about graduation season right now. So let's say if I was driving to a graduation, ladies, I know you feel me on this, right? We're getting ready, we're doing our hair, our makeup, outfit has to be right, shoes, everything, right? And what happens a lot of the times, we might be late, right? So if I'm driving, let's say, to a graduation, and I'm ready, decked out to the nines, I feel confident within myself. However, I know that I am late to this event and I'm driving there. The state of mind that I might have on the road, because driving is always so fun, especially when there's traffic and you're trying to get somewhere, is that, oh my gosh, I'm already late. I'm so frustrated. This traffic is the worst. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, right? So it's important to really, if we're thinking about how we, again, going back to the definition of confidence, right? You belong to yourself, and your ability to succeed also belongs to you. So if I go back to that example of driving to a graduation, knowing I'm late, but also knowing that I look great, if I'm thinking about my ability to succeed, it would be better for me to really have maybe like thought earlier and prepared better, so that I wouldn't necessarily go into that state of mind of frustration, right? So maybe like telling myself, okay, I need to get ready, I need to start getting ready by a certain time, because if you know yourself, right, and you belong to yourself, and you've lived in your own body for however many years you've lived on this earth, then you may have know about some of your habits, right? So you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up to succeed, and you're setting yourself up to have total confidence, right? Confidence in knowing that when you get in that car, you're going to get to your destination. When you start preparing for that graduation, right, you have everything ready. And how can we do that? Setting ourselves up for success, and knowing that ability to do it, that the ability to succeed is already something you possess, right? It's not something you have to necessarily look for. It's already within you. So one of the last takeaway pieces that I wanted to talk about with confidence is just some things to really ask yourself and to think about when you are thinking about how you belong to yourself, and your ability to succeed belongs to you, thereby creating the confidence that you already have within you. So a couple things are to really visualize who you are, right? So even asking yourself, I visualize myself as being, or kind of creating that statement, right? So here's an example for me. I visualize myself as being prosperous. That is a statement that I tell myself frequently, because one, I believe it, and two, I do visualize myself as prosperous. The way that I interact with others, the different things that come into my life, people, places, things that come into my life, the different experiences that I'm able to have. Prosperity is a part of that. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I know that that is something that I visualize for myself. So that's one thing to think about. Another thing is to affirm yourself, right? So, of course, I mean, I can attest to this. Compliments, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's also important, right, if we go back again to the beginning of the part of the definition for confidence is knowing that you belong to yourself. So if you belong to yourself, it's important to remember who you are and to remember that when you're looking slamming in that outfit, when you're about to go out with your girls or you're about to go out with your boys, that you know you're killing it.
Oh, check it out.
And you can look in the mirror and say to yourself, dang, I look good. I'm here. You know, it's important. It's so important, because if you know that that's what you possess and you believe it, no one can tell you any different. Another thing that's very important is to question your inner critic. Who is your inner critic? Your inner critic is that voice that may tell you, oh my gosh, you are so dumb. Why did you do that? Why did you say that? Is that what you're really going to wear? Oh, you look horrible. And the inner critic can also comparing you to the next person or the next thing. And so it's important to know, one, that we all have that, right? It's not a matter of, do I have an inner critic or not? We all have an inner critic. And it's a matter of just recognizing that that is also a part of us, and that it's important to kind of, I don't want to necessarily say battle the inner critic. I don't know why I was just thinking of Game of Thrones. But it's important to remember to literally tell the inner critic, hey, you're going in the corner, and don't you come out until I tell you to. Bye, go, right? It's important to do those things, because there are times when maybe the inner critic might have something logical to share, that may be something important to think about, but then there are times when it might be harmful to you. And again, if you're going back to being confident, you want to be confident enough to really just stand firm in yourself and understand the different parts and beings of yourself and say, hey, you, go in the corner. Hey, you, come out. Not an official person, but really, like, again, a state of mind. Really going back to that state of mind. And the last little piece that I wanted to share is remember to set yourself up to win. You want to set yourself up to win. If the ability to succeed is already something that you possess, right? It's already within you. Maybe you have to search for it or draw it out a little bit, but if it's already something that you possess, then you want to make sure that you are doing the work, right? To really set yourself up to win and set yourself up to succeed. It could be as simple, and I'm waving the white flag on this. Well, not waving the white flag, but this is me all day. Getting up early. Setting a set routine in the morning, right? Maybe not on the weekends, but at least like during the work week, right? That is something that I'm guilty of that I definitely could do better at, right? Setting myself up to win. And if I'm just throwing out some examples, right? How can I set myself up to win in that perspective? Okay, making sure I go to sleep at a decent hour, because for me, I need at least 7.5, 8 hours. 7.5 is kind of like, ugh, but I need 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep to really feel like I can tackle the day. Making sure that I have the items that I need for breakfast, right? To make sure that I'm making my breakfast at home, so I can not spend as much money during the weekdays, so I can have more to spend during the weekend when I'm going out, and out and about. And also making sure that I have enough time to wake up in the morning to take my dog Brady out, right? So different things like that, making sure I have enough time to take a shower, brush my teeth before I start my work day, so that I'm not scrambling and like feeling all out of sorts and like, oh my gosh, I'm starting my work day, but I haven't even had my coffee yet. I want to just pull my hair out sometimes when that happens. So it's important, right, to really kind of have that state of mind to set myself up and to set yourself up for success, because success, but also to set yourself up to win, so that you can have those little wins, right? Oh, okay, I got up early this morning. Okay, I took my dog out. Okay, I set everything up, right? So those little wins are like little nuggets, right? Little pieces of information where you literally are kind of reframing your mind and thinking to yourself, wow, I was able to get up early this morning. Go me. Man, I am able to get up early. I am able to follow a routine, right? And not saying every day is going to be that way, right? Because we're all human. But the whole point of this is to remember that your ability to change and do these things, to make yourself more confident and to be more, what's the word? Just to be more sure of yourself is totally available to you. It's a part of you already. It really, really is. Let me see. And then the last thing is, please, please, please remember to thank yourself. Thank yourself for the times when you're able to have a win. Thank yourself for the times when maybe you tried, or maybe even you didn't try and you thought about having a win, because every moment counts. Every single one of those steps counts. Life is a marathon. It is not a sprint. That may sound cliche, that may sound a little corny. At the same time, it's so true. Life is a marathon. You really have to pace yourself, right? You have to get your mind right. You have to get your body right. You have to get your mind and your body right. And then if something happens, you have to do it all over again. So really thinking about that, taking a deep breath, knowing maybe you have tomorrow, or your mindset is, okay, I have tomorrow to try again. Maybe you don't have to even think about waiting till tomorrow. Maybe you can think about just, the next decision that I have for my day, to set my day up and to set myself up for a win, is I know I ate out at dinner for lunch. I'm going to go to the grocery store, buy a couple quick little things, and make dinner at home, right? Depending on what your goals are. But the bottom line is that you are naturally a confident person. You have the ability to succeed. You belong to yourself. That's already innate within you. So don't forget that. Anywho, that is the end of my first YouTube video. Thank you for watching. Please share this video. I welcome you into this space. I thank you so much for watching. Please keep a lookout for following videos. I'm going to post at least one video a week. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. And don't forget to write a comment below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I said I'm corporate thuggin'.